Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about our curriculum picks for the 2024-2025 school year. If you're new here, hi, my name is Brittany. I am a mom of two, homeschooling mom of one because my oldest son is in high school and decided to test out public high school. Turns out he loves it. He's getting into sports and things like that, so he's going to continue there. My daughter will be going into 6th grade this year. And we have finally gotten in all of our curriculum. So we are going to go over all of this and show you guys kind of how we plan to use it. So to get started, these are the resources that I purchased off of Amazon. So we have geography here. Now with this geography, it's just, pretty simple maps and things like that. I will be combining this with the Usborne Geography Encyclopedia, as well as things like the Professor Noggins games, and we have a bunch of puzzles. So we have map of the USA, map of the world. We have a lot. We have a lot of puzzles down here that will go with geography. And on the topic of geography, we will be doing, well, this is history, but geography and history a lot of times go together. We started this last year. She finished books 1 and 2, so now she will move on to books 3 and 4. I keep the physical books on hand. This is just kind of what they look like on the inside. But she prefers to listen to the audiobook, so I will be purchasing the audiobook for book 3, From Colonies to Country, and book 4, The New Nation. Now, along with the audiobook, the reason I also have the physical book is because we do these study guides, which are a little bit dusty. Because I bought all of these last year, I wasn't sure how many books we would get through. About 2 a year seems to be what we're getting through. So with the study guides, if she comes upon something that maybe she didn't fully understand or grasp, having used the audiobook to listen to it, she can flip to the chapter that we are on and in physical book and just, reread it and make sure that she really understands what is being talked about. So that is history and geography. Now we have also from Amazon, Daily Academic Vocabulary. If you watched our end of year review, you will know that last year I had put together my own vocabulary kind of curriculum. But when I ran across this one this year, it just really caught my eye. So we're gonna try this one out and see how it goes and how she feels about it compared to what we did last year. It was relatively cheap, so if she doesn't like it, I can quickly throw together my own, like what she had done before. It is separated out. It's just a couple of quick questions each day. So you have day 1 and 2. And 3, 4, and 5, she'll just do one small section a day of vocabulary. Something new that we're adding in. So a lot of this stuff will be stuff you've seen us use before because we know we love it. And so, but I have added in a couple new things. So one of the new things we added in is Spanish. I have a friend, if she is watching this, she will know who she is. She speaks Spanish. and she will be leading us in our Spanish studies. And I say us because I am going to be learning right alongside Delilah in this. So this is what the inside looks like. Quick flip through of that. And she's just, you know, I think it's a lot easier when you're learning a foreign language to have somebody who actually speaks the language help you out, because then you know you are pronouncing things correctly. So this is a purchase from Amazon. They also have the free audio download to learn the correct punctuation. Pronunciation, not punctuation. Although I think we will be writing. So, you know, there will be some different punctuation things that we don't necessarily use a lot in English that she will need to learn, but it is the audio download is for pronunciation, not punctuation. So we will be doing Spanish 1 day a week with our friends. Now, oh, and we have this Spanish English dictionary that will maybe come in handy with this. We will see. I have it just in case. It's a book that I already had. Maybe it'll be useful. Now for science. Oh, science. So I went back and forth on this. I'm still not 100% committed to this idea. This is just the idea that sounds the best right now. So last year we had used Science Mom. I was kind of iffy about it. Depending on how this goes, we may pick it up again. I'm not sure. There's also, I believe it's called Middle School Science. I'll try to link it down below. And it is a free online science program for homeschooling middle school. So we might look into that as well. But I already had this on hand, and so I thought, you know, maybe we could just give this a try. And that is Real Science Odysseys, Level 2 Biology. So I have not printed off the student workbook yet. I'm going to have that printed and bound. But here we have the teacher guide, and this is the textbook. So you start with, here's the table of contents. You can kind of get a look at what you will be covering here. And this is just, let me flip open. So on, you know, first, oh, it is kind of a heavy book. Here's the cell unit, and it tells you what to do for the components and sequence. And then it walks you through just like an old school textbook would. So, and then once you've read the chapter, you will go on and do like the microscope labs and the actual labs themselves. So in here, they give you the list of supplies you need to use this curriculum to its fullest. Because we are currently living in South Korea, I don't know that I'm going to be able to find all of these supplies. So we're gonna see. We might do, I think we're gonna do all the microscope labs because I already have a microscope here, as well as 2 sets of slides. I will look through the labs here. It will tell you on the labs what kind of lab it is. So for instance, here it says MS lab, and that would be microscope lab. And then here it just says lab, which would just be regular lab. So we will probably do all or most of the microscope labs as long as I have everything on hand or can purchase and have shipped here. That's the biggest thing, and that's the biggest reason why some of the experiments we might not be able to do is because I can't have a frog shipped, embalmed frog or however they do it, shipped here for a dissection. So, and I'm not really sure how to go about finding that locally. I might talk to the Science Center up in Seoul and see if they can maybe point me in the right direction for that. So I'm not really sure, but I am going to go through the list of supplies that we need and kind of check off what are we going to be doing, what are we not going to be able to do, and printing off the workbook. Now, my friend that is going to be helping us learn Spanish is also going to be doing the science curriculum with us. So we will have one day a week where they come over. We have a couple other things we're going to be doing together weekly, and we will just work on some of this kind of stuff. So far we have Spanish and science together. So I will go get those workbooks printed off, and we'll kind of see how it goes. If this doesn't work out how I was hoping it would, I can always switch to another option. So that is science. Kind of trying to keep it separated. Now into the box from Rainbow Resource. So up first we have something new that we are trying this year, and that is literature guides from Moving Beyond the Page with the book. This is another thing we'll be doing with our friends along with Spanish and Science. They have purchased the same set. So we've not used Moving Beyond the Page before or literature guides, but I thought, in middle school, it would probably be a good thing to start. I would like for her to read a lot of the banned books, and we can kind of discuss what some people may view as problematic, and, just kind of go over it. The Giver is a banned book, which kind of, I don't know. It was one of my favorite books in middle school. So I would really like for her to read it. We'll see how Moving Beyond the Page goes. I've only purchased one for now, although I have looked at some of the others. If we like it, we will continue on with some of their other literature guides as well. Next up, we have good old Fixit Grammar from IEW. We have used this before. We used it with my daughter last year. We used it all the way through with my son through 8th grade. And we will probably continue to use it because we love it. This is the student workbook. You start off with the Learn It. You read over this. And then each day, she would just go in, correct one sentence. Up here, it tells you what needs to be corrected in that sentence. And then down here is where she would normally rewrite the sentence down here. However, she prefers to rewrite the sentence into a notebook, and then at the end of the year, she has the entire story of, this time it will be Town Mouse and Country Mouse. So we love Fixit Grammar. We will be continuing it, and we will probably continue it until we can't continue it anymore. I can really tell that she has picked up a lot from this curriculum, and I hope that we continue to see improvement from it. We will also be continuing Essentials in Writing, Level 6 for her, I almost said English, but it's technically just her writing. And part of the reason that we will be continuing this for, I think, the 6th year in a row, there might have been one year we didn't do this. We maybe did something else, but then we came back to this just because it's exactly what we need. So for instance, she would start level 37, lesson 37, I'm sorry, persuasive paragraph, and it walks you through. So here is where she would brainstorm. And then the next day, she would write her opening sentence, details, examples, closing sentence. Then she would write her draft right here. It will walk her through revising and editing her draft. And then here is her final copy. Once she has completed the final copy, she can then go through the grading rubric and see that she got everything done. So it's very straightforward. There are videos that go along with this online. So she sometimes uses those, but I mean, the book also explains it pretty well. She did use the videos a lot more when she was younger, and now that she's been using it for so long, she just kind of knows how it works and what to do with it. So she doesn't rely on the videos as much. Now, in the beginning of this book, there is a grammar portion. However, the grammar portion in here is different than the grammar she gets from Fixit Grammar. So Fixit Grammar covers things like nouns, pronouns, adjectives, coordinating conjunctions, prepositional phrase, that clause, adverb clause, subject verb pairs, capitals, commas, and marks, etc. Whereas in the grammar unit for essentials in writing, that is covering things like parts of speech, complete subjects and predicates, adverbs that modify adjectives, common problems with pronouns and antecedents, subject-verb agreement, parts of speech, sentence structure, figurative language. It's all right here. So she does both. She'll do both sets of grammar. From the front of, she'll do the grammar in Fixit Grammar, and then she will do one lesson of the grammar from the front of the book in Essentials in Writing every day, and then she will also do one lesson in the back of the book, the actual writing portion, every day. Love this, highly recommend this, especially if you have reluctant writers. This is really good. Last but not least in here, we have Sax and Math. So she will be continuing on with Sax and Math level 7-6 this year. So we have the textbook here. It is a giant textbook. Then here are tests and worksheets and the solutions manual. One thing that we do with Sax and Math that we do add on, and it is worth every single penny to add it on, is Nicole the Math Lady. That is an online program. She follows along with Sax and Math. If you're going to use it, just double check that you're getting the correct edition of whichever book. And we use the grading portion from her as well. So Delilah will log in, she'll watch the videos, she'll watch Nicole the Math Lady do all of the practice problems on the screen, and then she will go in and do her problems. So she doesn't write in this book. She has a separate notebook she uses to work out the problems. And then she plugs her answers in on the online program, and it automatically grades it. It keeps track of her grades. It just automatically will move her on to the next lesson. It's really quick and easy for her to do. It's independent. I do not have her do, let me find it. I do not have her do every single problem from every single lesson. So for instance, on lesson 58, your mixed practice, it starts right here with 1 and 2. and it goes all the way to 30. And I just think that 30 problems a day on top of doing the lesson practice here and watching the videos and doing the practice problems, it's too much. So I typically have her do odds only. And if she is having, some problems grasping a concept or really understanding something, then we can go in and do some of the activities and things out of the tests and worksheets, or we can go back and redo the lesson if we need to. So we will be continuing this. We will probably continue this all the way until we can't continue it no more. Love this. So those are all of our curriculum picks for this year. Now, what else are we going to be doing, right? Because, we add other stuff in there. So this year, she will be continuing the sketch group. They meet up at local cafes and they all draw together and hang out. It's a really fun time. She is going to continue that. We did decide this year, though, that we will not be continuing co-op. We might come back to it next year or in the future. But we kind of came up with a different plan, and that plan is to travel around Korea, go to different locations once a week, and explore the culture and experience Korea. So some things that we have planned to do is going to the Seoul Science Center, going to the beaches, visiting some of the caves. There's so many museums and parks and all kinds of stuff to do. Seoul is not that far away, and there is tons to do there. And I just thought it would be really fun for us to get out and explore Korea while we live here. We have a group of friends. Some are homeschool friends. Some are friends that don't have kids. Some are friends that have public school kids. It's just everybody wants to go out and adventure and have a good time. And that's what we are going to do instead of co-op. It is a little bit hard to believe that my youngest is going into middle school. And I suppose that means I should probably come in and get rid of a bunch of these things that I kept on hand just in case we were going to use them, but now it looks like we're probably not going to use them. So we'll see what happens. That is all that I have for you guys in today's video. Drop a comment down below and let me know, what curriculum picks are you keeping this year? What did you love? What did you not love from last year? And what are you excited to try out this upcoming homeschool year? Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video.